Okay, so we were talking about a great way to start a conversation with somebody, and it stemmed from a video that I heard from another team, I love that team. It's Jan Paxman's team, number one. And number two, I was in a medical office today, so I actually dared myself to treat it like a game and see who I can speak to and use this technique. So you ready? So first of all, it's not to be attached to the outcome, always first and foremost. And Paul Blanchard, who some of you have seen me stream his lives into the group, he's very worth watching. He talks about gamifying building your business. So this is one thing. So I'm sitting next to this man. This was ultra easy because he sat down next to me rather than me scouting out the waiting room and finding somebody who looks like they're nice enough to have a conversation with. So we start chatting. Oh, this is my first time in this office. Do you know these doctors? Blah, 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 blah. He's telling me his thing. And I'm like, oh, you live nearby? He goes, no, I live half in Queens, half in Florida. Blah, 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 blah. Are you retired? He looked retired. Oh, no, he's a teacher. So I says, oh, so you're off for the summer? He goes, no, I'm retired. And it's actually just talking. Oh, my God, what kind of a teacher? What did you teach? Middle school, complimenting him. He's got a really good personality, very light. And then, of course, he goes, well, what do you do? So I says, well, I'm actually a retired nurse, and I'm just going to mute everybody so that we have a cleaner recording. I said, I retired. I'm a trained RN, but I kind of retired by accident almost 8 years ago. So he said, oh, what do you mean by accident? I says, well, I was working on my health. Didn't even talk about weight loss, mainly because he was very obese, so I kind of left that. I would have said, well, I lost a bunch of weight, and I loved the program that I was connected to, and it's really been very life-changing for me. And I had already told him he's got a great personality, so easy to talk to. I says, you have a very engaging aura about you. And then he says, you have a very pleasant and engaging aura about you. And again, this is just from having a conversation and not being attached to the outcome, because my goal for today was to have the conversation so I can play with a new technique, basically. Anyway,
Miriam, you didn't mention weight loss this time. So what is it that you did say?
All I said was work on my health. Oh, and I help people with, and I started with their stress. Some people are very stressed out. I said some people do need to lose weight, and I do that too. Some people just need to work on their healthy habits, and some people just want to be health coaches on my team. Left it. Didn't say anything. And then I go, and you know what? You probably know a lot of people, and some I could probably help. So would you ever be open to hearing about what I do? Just like that. Would you be open, not ever, to hearing what I do? So he wasn't on Facebook, because that would have made it really easy to just connect right there. Hate when they're not on Facebook. And then, so that was it. And he goes, yeah, I'll call you. And I gave him my card, because I now always carry cards. I actually always did, but I ran out for a while. So from there, I came here to tell you about that and to tell you what a health assessment with a guy like that would look like. Right? Is that what I'm up to, Jody?
Yes, it is.
So then, because I was on my phone, I whipped out this, which you should all know. Miriam, who's anti-paper, has one of these brand new health assessments, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about in the near future, tucked in my journal, which is kind of crazy for me. So I would say, oh, I'd love to share with you. Really, all I do is have a conversation with people to find out where they are in their current health and what they might be looking to either improve or to feel better, whatever my words were. And so this is when you're doing a health assessment with somebody who hasn't quite agreed to a health assessment. And I'm just talking about him as being a referral source and being a networker, basically. So I said, well, when I meet with somebody, I would generally just ask them a lot of questions about what their overall health looks like, what they, how they feel, how they physically feel. And if they'd want to improve anything. Sometimes people want to lose weight. Sometimes people want to get healthy. Now, I did not have this conversation. This is the one that I'm praying I'm going to have with him. Remember that. I'm doing what we're going to all call a third-party health assessment. Okay? This is a third-party assessment when you want to just get the word out. You meet somebody and you go, I'd love for you. You probably meet awesome people who I could help. And I would love, for you maybe to share my information with people, but would you be interested in hearing what I do so you'll know how to share? And then I'll go, if I find out how motivated they are to actually make changes about what bothered them in number one. And then number three, I would kind of ask them, and again, do you catch the lingo? I would third party health assessment. I would ask them about when the last time they were healthier was and what changed between then and our the time between then and now. And then I would ask them all about their health, any unusual medical conditions, allergies, anything that they take medications for. And then, do you know that there are 6 habits that really contribute to our overall health, which we know? And then I would just ask them, and the 6 habits are sleep, their energy level, if they exercise, do they like to exercise, what their mindset is, how their stress level is, what they eat and drink on a daily basis. And of course, I'd ask them if they feel like they're at their ideal weight. And I said, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty painless. For anybody who's ready, I'm ready to run with them. And if they're not quite ready, I just invite them to be on my weekly free, packed with tips newsletter. They always say yes. And I made a new friend. There's my third-party health assessment. Jody, you're muted.
Oh, I thought I unmuted. I said, I love that. And I know even for me, just for maybe you want to stop recording here? So this way it's a nice
All
short
right.
video for people?
Thank you.